Ever scroll through your phone and wonder, like, how does it know what I'm thinking? Or even just like blown away by self-driving cars. It's like magic, but it's AI. And someone has to teach those machines how to, think. So today we're diving into the world of an AI specialist, and we found the coolest guide to help us navigate this whole career path.
And what's so fascinating is it's not some distant future anymore. Like, AI is everywhere. It's part of our lives.
Totally. And to unpack all of this, we're using this fantastic resource from the Life Skill Foundation. They created this whole roadmap, especially for students like grades 8 through 12 who are curious about a future in AI. So whether you're already building robots or just, exploring career options, this deep dive is for you.
Yeah, the Life Skill Foundation, they realize that there's a lot of buzz around AI, but also a ton of confusion. So their goal is to give you clear, like, actionable information so young people like you can make those informed choices about your future.
Which is where this report comes in. And it's for anyone who's curious, not just the tech geniuses. So let's break it down. What exactly is an AI specialist?
Imagine, like, building the brains behind those smart technologies we keep hearing about. It's not just robots. I mean, that's part of it, but it's also about, like, developing systems that can learn and think like humans. We're talking about algorithms, data, and problem solving on a whole new level.
So it's more than just being good with computers. You need to love figuring things out. It sounds like it's for the tinkerers, the explorers.
Absolutely. And the report actually highlights this. If you get a thrill out of solving puzzles, seeing your solutions come to life,
Sure.
you might have what it takes to be an AI specialist. They even talk about, like, the Holland codes. Investigative and realistic types tend to do really well in this field.
Okay, wait. For those of us who don't have the Holland codes memorized, break that down for us a little.
Okay, so imagine you love digging into a good mystery, analyzing clues, understanding how things work. That's your investigative side. Now, if you love to take that knowledge and build something real, something practical, that's you being realistic.
You're not just thinking it, you're actually bringing it to life in the real world. That's pretty cool.
Exactly. And this report really stresses that AI specialists are in high demand globally and right here in India.
It's not some dream job. This is an actual path you can take. And speaking of, this report lays out a clear roadmap, which is so helpful if you're just starting to explore.
Yeah, they really get into it. They recommend, like, a super strong foundation in math and science, especially in those grades, 8, 12 years. That way you can go for a bachelor's degree in things like computer science, maybe even math.
They actually found that 83% of AI professionals have a bachelor's degree, so that foundation is key.
And they clear up a big myth right away. You don't need a PhD to work in AI.
Okay, good. Because years of research sounds amazing to some people, but terrifying to others. It's good to know there are options.
Yeah, it's more about a mix of education, skills, and real-world experience. A doctorate definitely helps, but it's not the be-all, end-all.
Okay, so they break it down even further with these job zones. Job zone one
Ah,
being entry level.
think internships, junior data analyst roles. You get your feet wet, learn the ropes, and really see if it's a good fit.
Then there's job zone two, more intermediate.
Yeah.
That's where you find the data scientists, machine learning engineers, right?
Yes. And then, of course, Job Zone 3, this is for the AI rock stars, the ones pushing the limits of what's possible, AI researchers and senior specialists. It's kind of like climbing a ladder. You get that solid base and keep building and specializing your skills as you go.
Love that. Okay, so let's say you're sold on this. You like AI, you're ready to dive in. What do you actually do every day?
Get ready to swim in big data. You're going to be developing algorithms that let machines learn from tons of information, uncover hidden patterns. It's like being a digital detective.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
And it's not just you coding alone in a room, right? The report mentions it's collaborative.
Big time. You're working with crazy smart people, bouncing ideas off each other, and you have to explain these complicated things to people who aren't tech savvy.
Communication is key. Making sure you can bridge the gap between tech and non-tech. You've got to speak both languages, translate those complex ideas for those who don't eat and breathe code.
Absolutely. Teamwork, creativity, and a passion for AI, that's what it's all about.
Now, this report wouldn't be complete if it didn't give you some steps you can take today to get ready for all of this.
Well, for sure. They even include an education roadmap, specifically for different grades. So let's say you're in 10th grade, listening to this, totally inspired. What do?
I need to know. What do they say?
Math, science, computer science. Focus on those. Building that strong foundation is super important.
Okay, got it. 10th grade, focus on those core subjects. What about 11th and 12th?
They say stick with that science stream, really hone those math and computer science skills. And here's the cool part, they actually give you a list of colleges here in India organized by tiers.
Okay, so tier one, that's going to be the IITs, the NITs, right?
Exactly. Indian Institutes of Technology, National Institutes of Technology, they're known for having amazing programs and, of course, those super tough entrance exams. Those are the places where, a lot of future tech stars come from.
But what if you're not trying to conquer, like, the JEE? What are the
Well,
other options?
they've got you covered. They talk about tier two options like VIT, Vellore Institute of Technology, and then there's Manipal Academy of Higher Education, both known for their really strong engineering and tech programs. And then they even get into tier three, the government engineering colleges, local universities, as long as they have a solid computer science program.
So it's not like you have to go to an IIT to have a great career in AI.
Not at all. It's more about finding what fits you, your learning style, your goals, and it's not just about the school, but what you do with it.
Right. And they really stress that a formal degree is just one piece of the puzzle. AI changes so fast, learning never stops.
Exactly. They emphasize online courses, certifications, Coursera, Udemy, tons of knowledge and practical skills in AI and machine learning, all from your computer. It's like having this backstage pass to the cutting edge of AI.
And it's amazing how much easier it is to learn that way these days. You're right, it's not just learning new stuff, but keeping up. Speaking of which, I love how this report tackles those AI myths. Like, you need a PhD to even get started.
Busted. They found that while, yeah, those advanced degrees can help, there are a lot of jobs that just want a bachelor's, and the right skills, of course. Only 17% of AI professionals actually have a PhD.
Wow, only 17%. So it's not about the fancy degree, but what you can actually do.
100%. It's like diversify your skills, get experience through internships, personal projects, even open source contributions. Show people what you can do with that AI knowledge.
That's what I love. This report is so practical.
Yeah.
They don't just tell you what to think. They give you the tools to do something about it.
Yeah, totally. And they end with this great call to action. They're basically like, if you're passionate about the future of technology and excited by AI, this could be the path for you.
And they don't just leave you hanging. They want you to reach out to them for advice, support. Listeners will have all the details in the show notes.
So I really do want you to succeed. It's like, hey, we're here to help you navigate this whole world. Don't be afraid to ask for directions.
Okay, before we wrap up, what were your biggest takeaways from this report? What really stood out to you?
Honestly, I was blown away by how straightforward it all was. You don't see a resource that breaks down a complicated field like AI into such clear, actionable steps very often. And it's all backed up by real data, real insights from professionals. This isn't just someone's opinion. It's coming from people who live AI every day.
Seriously. It's like they set out this huge buffet of information. Come on in, try a little of this, a little of that, see what you like.
I know, right? And
Yeah.
that's what's so cool about AI. It's not just one thing. It's tech, creativity, problem solving, all mixed together. You get to use those skills to actually do some good in the world.
It's like someone handed you like a blank canvas and a box of super high-tech crayons. Go on, make something amazing. The possibilities are just endless. But we talk about data and algorithms. It's easy to forget that human side of it.
So true. And Life Skill Foundation, they made sure to highlight that. This isn't just about the code, it's about understanding people and how to use tech to make life better for everyone.
Exactly. Using AI to solve real problems like life-saving medical stuff or making our cities smarter, greener.
Yeah. And for students here in India, the opportunities are huge. AI is not slowing down. Who even knows what jobs will be out there in 5, 10, 20 years?
It's crazy to think about. We could be on the edge of tech we haven't even imagined.
And that's what makes it so exciting. You have to embrace the unknown, be ready to adapt, and just keep pushing those boundaries of what's possible.
It's like having the best seat to watch the future of tech unfold. And you get to be a part of making it happen. And that's where I think this report really gets it right. It's not just info, it's like this spark. They're saying, hey, the future of AI, it's being written right now, and you can be a part of it.
That's huge, especially for young people who want to make a difference. It's about giving them the power to actually shape the future, not just watch it happen.
If this deep dive has gotten you thinking about a career in AI, don't let that go. We've just scratched the surface. There's so much more out there.
And a great place to start is that full report from Life Skill Foundation. You can find the link in our show notes. They've got even more insights, resources, all the good stuff.
And they want you to reach out. If you have questions, need some guidance, you can find their contact info in the episode description.
Remember, every AI expert out there was once just a curious student taking those first steps.
So true. And on that note of endless possibility, we'll wrap up our deep dive into the world of AI. Until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and hey, maybe you'll be one teaching those machines to think in ways we can't even dream of yet.